Welcome to LRS Technologics. My name is Ravi. Today we are going to discuss about what is .NET Framework, CLR, IDE, GAC, and Assembly. What is .NET Framework? .NET Framework is a platform to create and run various kinds of applications like Windows applications, web services, and many more. .NET Framework is a multi-platform, which means it is designed to use multiple languages like C Sharp, VB.NET, C++, and many more, and communicate each other. This provides a predefined environment to develop and run the applications instead of implementing from scratch. It contains CLR, class libraries, which helps in developing and running the application. Basically, when you want to implement a application, we need to have an environment which provides a predefined features. So that is called a framework. So Microsoft provides .NET frameworks to implement various kinds of applications. So there are many languages to write a program, to build a application, to create an application. C Sharp is a language, VB.NET is a language, C++ is a language, J Sharp is a language. So like that we have multiple languages. So if you want to build a application in C Sharp, you can use .NET framework. If you want to build a application using VB.NET, you can use .NET framework. If your application contains both the languages, of course you can use .NET framework. So like that, .NET framework provides many features and many more. It's basically an environment to develop various kind of applications with multiple languages. So our second question is, what is CLR? CLR means Common Language Runtime, which manages the execution of .NET programs. Basically, it provides a memory management and exception handling. When you install a .NET framework, it provides a CLR. CLR manages all your programs and the memory allocation, deallocation, exception handling, and many more. There is a compiler called JIT, just in time, which converts intermediate language to machine codes. When you implement the application using multiple languages, .NET framework uh, converts our code into one common language, which is called as intermediate language. However, intermediate language cannot be consumed by computers, which means computer doesn't understand this intermediate language. But what is the use of generating a intermediate language? There is a use. There is a use because when you implement a application using C Sharp, it provides a different it will be having a C Sharp language. But there is a compiler required to convert this C Sharp language into machine code. If you implement application in VB.NET, it we need a compiler to convert that into machine code. Instead of that, instead of having a multiple compilers, .NET Framework provides a one compiler and all the languages will be converted into one language, which is called as intermediate language. This intermediate language will be converted to machine code and which will be understood by the computer, so that program execution will be happen. So basically CLR manages all these things. So next question is, what is IDE? Integrated Development Environment. So to write a program, we need a platform, we need an application, Like we can also write a program in Notepad, Notepad++, and on the browsers. Few browsers provide the writing a C# code and VB.NET code. However, Microsoft provides a Visual Studio as a IDE. What it contains? Visual Studio contains many features like inline compiler checking, error checking, compile time error checking, solution explorer to manage the multiple projects and multiple assemblies, and team explorer to manage the team's code, and debuggers to debug your application, and there are many features it provides. So Visual Studio is the best option to uh, build the application. So using this IDE, you can build any simple to complex applications. Any application you can build, and with any of the language. What is GAC? GAC, Global Assembly Cache, which means it is a globalized location which contains assemblies can be shared among multiple applications which runs on the machine. So suppose on a machine we have multiple applications running using .NET framework. Okay, all these .NET applications consumes is a predefined assemblies, because the .NET provides a predefined assemblies, predefined features. Like these features will be as a assemblies. Right? What is an assembly? That we'll discuss later. So all these assemblies will be stored in a one of the global location which is called as GAC. So these assemblies will be shared into multiple applications. We can also register user defined assemblies in GAC, that we'll discuss later. So what is an assembly? It is a file with extension .exe or .dll which contains an intermediate language or a managed code. This can be executed by CLR. As I said earlier, when you build an application, then there is a language called intermediate language will be generated. This intermediate language file name is called as .exe or .dll, which is also called as assembly. Okay, these assemblies will be used at the runtime to execute the programs and to understand the uh, program execution by the computer. So there are two types of assemblies we have. One is private assembly, which will be consumed by only one application, that is respective assembly. If an assembly is registered with one application, which will be consumed, that is called as private assembly. Shared assembly, which can be consumed by multiple applications which runs on a machine. Basically, gas assemblies are called as a shared assemblies. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe my channel for more videos. Have a good day.